Have you ever felt like your legs just aren't what they used to be? Maybe you've noticed that it's harder to get up from the couch, or that a simple walk to the mailbox leaves you feeling a little more tired than usual. And then there are those nights, the ones where you're sleeping peacefully until, suddenly, your calf locks up like a fist. You jolt awake, grabbing your leg, waiting for the cramp to pass while trying not to cry out in pain. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. Thousands of older adults experience these painful leg cramps, especially at night. It's one of those things people chalk up to just getting older. But here's the truth, these cramps are not just a random inconvenience. They're a sign. A signal from your body telling you that something's out of balance, often something simple, like missing minerals or tired, undernourished muscles. And here's the good news, in many cases, the answer isn't found in a pill bottle. It's on your plate. That's right. What you eat has a direct impact on the strength and comfort of your legs. The foods you choose can either support your muscles and nerves, or slowly wear them down. The right foods can improve circulation, restore vital minerals, and even help you sleep better at night without fear of those dreaded cramps. It doesn't take anything fancy, just simple, smart choices you can make right in your kitchen. Today, I want to share with you the top 10 foods that can help strengthen your legs and prevent painful leg cramps. These aren't exotic superfoods or trendy diet tricks. These are everyday items, things you might already have in your pantry or fridge. But when you understand how they work and how to use them, they become powerful tools for your health, especially in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Let's talk about bananas. Yes, the humble banana. It might seem too ordinary to make a difference, but it's actually one of nature's best sources of potassium, a key mineral that helps your muscles contract and relax properly. As we age, our potassium levels can drop, especially if we're not eating enough fruits and vegetables or if we take certain medications like diuretics. That drop can lead to tightness, cramping, and soreness in the legs. A medium banana has around 400 milligrams of potassium, and eating one a day can help your muscles stay calm and balanced. But that's not all. Bananas also contain a bit of magnesium and vitamin B6, two more nutrients that work with potassium to support nerve signals and ease muscle discomfort. If you're dealing with restless legs, mild tingling, or nerve irritation, a banana a day might quietly make your nights a whole lot smoother. I often think of my neighbor Joe when I talk about bananas. Joe is 74, retired, and still walks every morning around the block. A year ago, he told me he kept waking up at 3 a.m. with terrible leg cramps. He tried stretching, drinking more water, nothing helped. One morning, I mentioned potassium and suggested he add a banana to his breakfast. Just a few days later, he was sleeping through the night again. I didn't think something so small could make such a big difference, he told me, smiling. Now, while bananas are a great place to start, they're just one piece of the puzzle. Let's talk about avocados. Creamy, delicious, and packed with nutrients, avocados are actually one of the best leg-supporting foods out there. Why? Because they don't just contain potassium, they have even more than bananas, along with a healthy dose of magnesium. These two minerals work together like a dream team to relax your muscles, reduce cramps, and support nerve function. But avocados go even further. They're rich in monounsaturated fats, the kind of fats your body actually loves. These fats help reduce inflammation throughout the body, including in the muscles and joints. For many seniors, chronic inflammation is a silent problem. It shows up as morning stiffness, that aching feeling after walking for too long, or those days when you feel like your legs just don't want to move. By regularly eating anti-inflammatory foods like avocados, you give your legs a fighting chance to stay flexible, strong, and pain-free. And don't worry, you don't need to eat a whole avocado every day. Half an avocado a few times a week, sliced on whole grain toast, blended into a smoothie, or mixed into a salad, is more than enough to give your body what it needs. Just remember, small steps, consistently taken, lead to big changes. I remember visiting Helen, a sweet lady in her early 80s who lives 2 blocks from me. She told me her knees had started to ache every time she stood up from her favorite armchair. She was afraid she'd need a cane soon. We looked over her meals together and noticed she wasn't getting much healthy fat or magnesium. So, we added avocado into her breakfast 3 days a week and a sprinkle of seeds, like pumpkin seeds, on her soup or salad. Within a month, she said her legs felt lighter and the pain was less sharp. I thought it was just old age, she said. But maybe it was just missing ingredients. That brings us perfectly to our third food, spinach. Now I know what you might be thinking, spinach again? But hear me out. This leafy green is one of the best natural sources of magnesium, and as I mentioned earlier, magnesium is a big player when it comes to stopping muscle cramps. It helps your muscles relax instead of tensing up, and it supports better sleep by calming your nervous system. But spinach has another hidden gift, natural nitrates. These compounds help improve blood flow by widening your blood vessels, which means more oxygen and nutrients get to your legs. Better circulation means less fatigue, faster recovery, and fewer spasms. And when your blood flows freely, everything from walking to standing feels a little bit easier. If raw spinach isn't your thing, don't worry. Cooked spinach is just as good. Actually, it's even better for magnesium absorption because cooking reduces something called oxalates, which can block mineral absorption. So, steam it, sauté it with garlic, add it to soups, or toss a handful into your morning omelet. Simple changes, delicious results. These 3 foods, bananas, avocados, and spinach, may sound ordinary, but together they build a strong foundation for healthier legs. They calm your nerves, support muscle function, and help you move with more confidence. Imagine a world where your legs don't ache every time you get up, where you sleep soundly through the night without being yanked awake by a painful cramp. That world is possible. It starts with what you put on your plate. If you've ever tried any of these foods to help with leg cramps, or if you plan to start after today, I'd love to hear from you. Just leave a comment below. Press 1 if bananas are already a part of your routine. Press 2 if you're curious to try avocado this week. Let's learn from each other. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a new tip from the VitaGo community. We're here to help you move better, live brighter, and stay strong, one small step at a time. We've already seen how bananas, avocados, and spinach can make a real difference for your legs. But if you're looking for something small, simple, and incredibly powerful, I want to introduce you to one of my favorite little heroes, pumpkin seeds. Don't let their size fool you. These tiny seeds, sometimes called pepitas, are absolutely packed with magnesium, one of the most essential minerals for preventing leg cramps. In fact, just 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds can give you nearly 40% of your daily magnesium needs. Now, here's why that matters. Magnesium acts like a natural muscle relaxant. It helps prevent those sudden, painful contractions that wake you up in the middle of the night. It also helps regulate nerve signals, meaning your muscles receive clear, calm instructions instead of mixed messages that lead to twitching or cramping. I always recommend eating a small spoonful of pumpkin seeds in the evening, maybe sprinkled over yogurt or oatmeal. They're crunchy, delicious, and gentle on the stomach. Some people even enjoy them roasted as a bedtime snack, and yes, that's a smart move. But pumpkin seeds bring even more to the table. They contain tryptophan, an amino acid that helps produce serotonin and melatonin, 2 key chemicals your body uses to fall asleep and stay asleep. That means they're not only good for your legs, they can help you get a deeper, more restful night's sleep overall. If you've been waking up frequently, tossing and turning, or feeling groggy in the morning, this tiny seed might be just what you've been missing. My friend Walter, who lives in Arizona and just turned 82, started adding pumpkin seeds to his nighttime routine after I mentioned them. He used to get restless leg syndrome and couldn't fall asleep until after midnight. I thought it was just part of aging, he told me. But within a week of adding seeds and a little magnesium-rich yogurt to his evening snack, he was dozing off faster and waking up with much happier legs. It's the first time in years I've woken up without feeling like I had to massage my calves, he said. Now that we've covered the benefits of these seeds, let's move on to something heartier, salmon and sardines. I know not everyone loves fish, but stay with me for a moment, because the benefits are simply too good to ignore. These oily fish are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, and if you've ever read anything about inflammation, you'll know omega-3s are your body's natural way of putting out fires. For your legs, that means less stiffness, less joint pain, and more freedom of movement. But omega-3s do more than just ease inflammation. They help improve circulation, which is vital for keeping your legs strong and healthy. Think about it. Your muscles need oxygen and nutrients to work properly. If your blood flow is sluggish, your legs don't get what they need, and you end up with fatigue, cramps, or that heavy, dragging feeling. By eating salmon or sardines just 2 or 3 times a week, you support healthy blood vessels and boost oxygen delivery where it's needed most. And one more bonus? These fish are rich in both vitamin D and calcium, 2 nutrients that work together to keep your muscles contracting smoothly and your bones strong enough to support you. Especially if you don't get much sunlight, adding these to your meals can make a real difference. I remember one afternoon chatting with my neighbor Diane, who's in her early 70s. She'd been complaining about tightness in her thighs after gardening, even though she was drinking plenty of water and stretching daily. We looked over her meals and noticed she rarely ate fish. She admitted, "I just never liked the smell of it." So we found a compromise: canned wild salmon, mixed with a little lemon juice and olive oil, spread on whole grain crackers. A simple change, but within 2 weeks, she noticed her legs didn't ache as much, and the stiffness after her gardening sessions was practically gone. She even started walking to the store again instead of taking the car. Now, speaking of strong bones and muscles, let's not forget about sweet potatoes. These bright orange beauties are more than just a holiday side dish. They're one of the best sources of complex carbohydrates, which your body uses for steady energy throughout the day. That's important, because weak legs often come from more than just missing nutrients. Sometimes, they're simply tired and underfueled. Unlike processed carbs like white bread or sugary snacks, sweet potatoes release energy slowly, keeping your muscles fed and your blood sugar stable. That means less fatigue, fewer crashes, and stronger legs ready to support you during everyday movement. Whether you're climbing stairs, bending to tie your shoes, or just walking across the room, having the right energy makes all the difference. Sweet potatoes are also rich in potassium and beta-carotene, both of which reduce inflammation and improve recovery after activity. If you've ever felt sore the day after a walk, or noticed it takes longer to bounce back from effort, your recovery nutrition might need a boost. Roasted sweet potatoes with a drizzle of olive oil and a pinch of cinnamon? That's a comfort food that actually comforts your body too. And while we're talking about food that supports daily movement, let's not forget oats. Yes, those simple oats you might have for breakfast, they're a quiet powerhouse for your legs. Oats are high in plant-based protein, iron, magnesium, and complex carbs. They give your muscles what they need to stay strong and prevent that wobbly feeling some people describe after standing for too long. Iron helps your red blood cells carry oxygen to your muscles. Without it, even basic movements can feel exhausting. Magnesium, as we've mentioned before, helps prevent cramps and keeps your muscles relaxed. When combined with steady carbohydrates and a bit of protein, oats create one of the most balanced meals you can eat, especially in the morning. And here's a trick I've used for years: add a few sliced bananas, a spoonful of pumpkin seeds, and a small handful of berries to your morning oats. It's not just tasty, it's a leg-supporting breakfast that works while you go about your day. And it beats skipping breakfast or grabbing something processed on the go, which just leaves you feeling more sluggish by lunchtime. Now we've covered 6 wonderful foods so far, each one doing its part to support your legs from a different angle. We've talked about relaxing muscles, boosting circulation, reducing inflammation, and fueling daily strength. These aren't miracle cures, and they don't work overnight, but when you eat with purpose, your body responds. Slowly, steadily, and powerfully. If you're enjoying these tips, make sure to tap the subscribe button so you don't miss out on what's coming next. And I'd love to hear from you. Do you already eat any of these foods regularly? Maybe you have a favorite recipe to share with the VitaGo community? Drop it in the comments below. You might inspire someone else to take their first small step toward stronger, cramp-free legs. By now, you've got a pretty good idea of how everyday foods can quietly support your legs, helping them feel stronger, steadier, and more comfortable. And the best part is, we're not done yet. There are still a few more wonderful foods to share, foods that do more than just keep you moving. They help you stay independent. They help you feel more confident doing the things you love, whether that's gardening, dancing, or simply getting up from a chair without worrying about wobbling. Let's start this next part of our journey with something smooth, creamy, and full of benefits: Greek yogurt. If you haven't already made it part of your regular routine, this might just convince you. Greek yogurt is loaded with high-quality protein, and that's important. As we age, our bodies naturally lose muscle mass, a process called sarcopenia. But protein helps slow that process down and even build muscle when combined with movement and daily activity. What makes Greek yogurt even more special is its rich calcium content. Calcium is a key player in both muscle contractions and bone strength. When your muscles receive the calcium they need, they function smoothly and cramp less often. And your bones? They stay strong enough to support you through each step. That's why yogurt is such a smart choice. It supports both the soft tissues and the structure underneath. But wait, there's more to love about Greek yogurt. It's packed with probiotics, those friendly bacteria that keep your gut healthy. You might not think of digestion when you think about your legs, but here's the thing: if your gut isn't absorbing nutrients properly, your muscles won't get the minerals they need. A healthy digestive system improves your overall nutrient absorption, which means better results from all the great foods you're eating. My friend Carol, who's 76, used to complain that no matter how many vegetables and fruits she ate, she didn't feel any stronger. It turned out she had poor gut health and wasn't absorbing enough from her food. Once she added a serving of Greek yogurt every day, things started changing. Within a month, she told me her legs didn't tire as easily during walks, and she stopped feeling those little twinges in her knees after sitting too long. Sometimes, it's not about eating more, it's about helping your body use what you already eat. And speaking of helping your body heal and stay strong, let's take a moment to talk about berries. Yes, those colorful little gems: blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. They may be small, but they pack a powerful punch when it comes to leg health. That's because they're rich in antioxidants, which fight something called oxidative stress. Think of oxidative stress as rust on the inside of your body. It wears down cells, tissues, and even muscles over time. By eating berries regularly, you help protect your muscle fibers and joints from this silent damage. You also reduce inflammation, which can help if your legs often feel swollen or stiff, especially after walking or standing for a while. Plus, berries help improve circulation. That means more oxygen and nutrients reach your legs, and the more nourished they are, the better they perform. Berries also support blood vessel health, especially the tiny capillaries in your legs that carry oxygen and nutrients to your muscles. When those vessels are flexible and strong, your circulation improves, and with it, your endurance and stability. If you've ever felt your legs go cold quickly or noticed that small cuts on your legs take longer to heal, that might be a sign of slow circulation. A handful of berries each day, whether tossed on yogurt, blended into a smoothie, or just eaten as a snack, can make a quiet but powerful difference. And now, we come to our final food in this journey of leg health: eggs. Humble, versatile, and incredibly nutritious, eggs deserve more attention than they get. They're one of the few foods that contain complete protein, meaning they have all 9 essential amino acids your muscles need to build and repair themselves. That's especially important if you're trying to stay active, support balance, or recover from soreness or strain. But the magic of eggs doesn't stop at protein. The yolks also contain vitamin D and vitamin B12, 2 vitamins that play a special role in keeping your legs strong and responsive. Vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium and supports muscle contractions. Without it, your muscles can become weak and your bones more fragile. B12, on the other hand, is essential for nerve health. When your nerves don't communicate clearly with your muscles, you get cramps, tingling, or even numbness in your feet and legs. Many older adults don't get enough B12, especially if they've reduced their intake of meat or take medications that interfere with absorption. That's where eggs come in. They offer a gentle, easy-to-digest source of both B12 and D. Even just a few eggs a week can help support better muscle tone and smoother movement. And if you're worried about cholesterol, don't be too quick to skip the yolks. Recent research shows that moderate egg consumption is safe for most people, and the benefits far outweigh the concerns, especially when the rest of your diet is balanced. One of my favorite ways to start the day is with a soft-boiled egg, some sautéed spinach, and a slice of whole grain toast with mashed avocado. It's not fancy, but it's fuel, real fuel, for the legs, for energy, and for life. You don't have to do anything extreme to see results. In fact, the beauty of everything we've talked about so far is that these are simple choices. No fad diets. No expensive supplements. Just wholesome foods that give your body the building blocks it needs to keep going strong. As we wrap up this part of our journey, I want to take a moment to remind you of something important. You have more control over how you age than you might think. Every bite you take can either help or hinder your ability to stay mobile, independent, and active. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to change everything overnight. But one good breakfast, one better snack, one new food habit, that's how it begins. If any of the foods we've talked about so far are part of your routine, I'd love to know which ones. Type 1 in the comments if you already enjoy eggs, or 2 if berries are your go-to. And if you've got a simple, leg-loving recipe, don't keep it to yourself, share it below. You never know who you might inspire. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time. We're here every week with gentle tips, friendly advice, and the kind of health wisdom that keeps your feet on the ground and your spirit lifted. Go ahead, click that button and join the VitaGo family. Your legs, and your future self, will thank you. And there you have it, 10 everyday foods with the power to nourish your legs, ease those stubborn cramps, and help you stay active, balanced, and free to move the way you want to. It's amazing, isn't it? That something as simple as what we put on our plates can change how we walk, how we sleep, and even how we feel about getting older. Remember, you don't need to do everything at once. Even adding just 1 or 2 of these foods into your weekly routine can make a real difference. The journey to stronger legs doesn't start in the gym, it starts in the kitchen, and it starts with small steps. Steps that build into a life where you move with confidence, rest without fear, and wake up ready for the day ahead. At VitaGo, we believe that aging doesn't mean slowing down, it means living smarter, feeling stronger, and choosing well. If you found something helpful in today's video, we'd be so grateful if you clicked the like button. It really helps others like you find this kind of information. And I'd love to hear from you, truly. Which of these 10 foods do you already enjoy? Have you noticed any changes in your legs from eating differently? Or do you have a story of your own, something that's helped you move better or sleep more peacefully? Leave a comment below and share it with the VitaGo community. We read every message, and your words might just help someone else. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to VitaGo for more friendly, science-backed tips made just for you. We're here every week to help you take those steps, one healthy choice at a time. And don't go just yet. If you want to keep learning, there are more videos waiting for you right here on the screen. Whether you're curious about the best stretches for stiff legs, or you want to see a gentle routine to improve balance, go ahead and click on one now. Thanks for watching, take good care of your legs, and as always, stay well, stay strong, and stay moving with VitaGo.